No, well, I think we'll just wanted to share the stage in a little bit, but I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Peter L'Oreal. I'm the president of the Real Estate Network here at Santa Clara University. I also want to introduce you Scott Watson, who's our VP of strategy and helping us, and part of the team that helped put this event together. And we're very glad that Elena Panaritis really took time out of her schedule to come out and speak to us about liquid real estate assets. So we're very excited to have her here. So I just wanted to hand it over to Scott to introduce Elena and give a little details about her background if you're not.
All right. Well, so I'm very proud to introduce Elena. So I really didn't know anything about Elena until a couple weeks ago when we found out she'd be coming around and we'd have a chance for her to speak here. I read the first chapter of her book online and then I bought it and I read the rest of it, and so it was very intriguing and very enlightening to me for learning a little bit more about other countries and their institutions for real estate transactions. And I guess I took it for granted that everybody else had the same institutions that we have in the United States here for secured real estate transactions, for very low cost transactions, and relatively fast transactions. So I've participated in buying and selling some homes in the past, and it's nice to be able to sell it quickly and but have clear title to your land. So Elena had spent 11 years at the World Bank, and during that time she spearheaded property rights reform in Peru, and so it's very interesting reading about that in her book, and I think we'll learn a bit more about that tonight. And she's also teaches. She's an educator here at. She teaches at the Wharton School and Johns Hopkins. So she's educates people about property rights, and so currently she heads up the panel group, which is an advisory group to help clients in undervalued property worldwide here. So I'm very pleased to have her here, and it'll be interesting to hear what she has to say. So Elena.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Elena Panaritis. Commonly known in America as Elena, although I'm not Spanish. So before whoever tries to call me Elena, will get an extra point to that. I am very happy to be here with you. Thank you for having me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am in addition to what Scott very eloquently said. I'm an institutional economist and a social entrepreneur as well. An institutional economist is an economist who's actually working and studying behaviors and incentives on how agents and players in a market decide to operate together. In other words, why players get together, decide to engage into a contract, and why would that contract be accomplished at the end of the day. At the same token, I'm also studying why contracts do not get accomplished. In other words, why would we have an ineffective market in the same way that we have an effective market? By the way, if you want to interrupt me at any given point, please feel free. I'm also a social entrepreneur. After leaving the World Bank, I decided that the best way to apply institutional economics is through private sector involvement. A social entrepreneur, in my way, in my understanding, is really a triple bottom line business model that does make money. It's not a philanthropic entity. It has a social impact, a social beneficial impact, and has also an environmental beneficial impact. So this is our triple bottom line. The methodology that I'm applying and I have focused and have worked mainly in is a methodology that works in transforming a liquid property to liquid property. Many of you may have heard and may have studied in some of your classes the word informal property or informal property rights. And then you could also have heard Scott, who read the book. I am actually coding the word unreal estate. So I'm saying how we can transform unreal estate to real estate, or liquid property to liquid property, or informal property to formal property. It all pretty much means the same. I'm going to explain to you why I'm using the word in real estate as we go further into the presentation. The methodology I've applied, called reality check analysis, and which I will also develop further in the presentation, I pioneered it in Peru in 1990 and had extraordinary successful results. And that's what actually made me want to become a social entrepreneur. The fact that I did realize that institutions matter, rules matter, property rights matter, and the fact that contracts, in other words, agents that get engaged to actually finalize a contract, the predictability of knowing that that contract is going to be finalized is what makes a successful and growing economy. So the book that Scott read, I'm so happy somebody read the book about it. The book that Scott read, and it's right here, it's really, really thin and small, and it's for sale over there later, which I will sign. It's called Prosperity Unbound and Building Property Markets with Trust. And we'll understand the word trust as we go further. And I did explain to you what Panel Group is. Panel Group is my company, the company that we're running with and work. And we work in developing public-private partnerships because that's the way we thought it was the most appropriate and most successful way to actually get into applying our method. Oops, sorry, I was too fast. Okay, now I need to tell you that I'm going to try in the next 30 minutes, 20 minutes, to share with you not only the theory of informal property and how to actually transform it, and the fact that it is possible to do it, and actually the fact that there is an opportunity for all of us to walk and participate in there, an opportunity that will give us the ability to make a living. Very important. There's nothing wrong with making a living. There's absolutely nothing wrong with making a profit. And at the same time, however, the possibility of providing a social impact to others and taking care of the environment. For me, however, to be able to transfer to you the feeling of the informal property, I thought of creating a little trailer, a video trailer that translates my book a little bit in like 3.5 minutes. It took me only 18 years to understand informal property. Please forgive me if I'm going to ask you to get it in 3.5 minutes. But if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to repeat the class.